guys, my name's Minhua. But today I'm going to be talking about appearance. Well, what is appearance? Appearance is how a person looks or they affects others. So let's see some words that we use to describe about a person's appearance. Okay? First, we have short. These words are used for people who are, really short. Like if they are not tall, their head is not really big. So those people are called shorts. Usually, kind of like people that are smaller than us will be shorter than us. Yeah, there's a lot of short people around you. Maybe you haven't noticed before, but you can see that there's a lot of short people. Next, we have the opposite of short is tall. Tall is a word that used to describe somebody that is not short. They are kind of like pretty tall. The head is pretty long. Usually those people would be older than you so that they can be tall like that. Yeah. Maybe if you have a sister or brothers, you would know that they look taller than you. Yeah. Or maybe if you have a sister or brother, a young sister or a young brother. Or maybe, a baby kid. Yeah, then you would absolutely know that they are shorter than us. We are the tall person. Yeah, next we have is so our next word is plum. Plum is a word that used to describe a person, usually would be a kid or a baby that is not really skinny, but they are a little bit fat, but not really fat. They just kind of like in the middle. They're kind of like the perfect size. That means the bodies that looks perfect. They're not too skinny, but not too fat. Yeah, that's right. Well, that's plum, okay? Next we have is fat. Fat is a word that used to describe somebody who's really big in legs, like this. Yeah, they would be pretty fat. There are lots of reasons why people turn out into a fat person. Next we have is thin. It's the opposite of fat. Thin means, kind of like you're not really kind of like you eat too much. That means you kind of like you are much more skinny than plump. Yeah, so that's thin. Well, next is beautiful. This word is used just only for women and girls. It can't be used for boys and men. And men, they would have a different word. Well, beautiful means a word to describe somebody that looks pretty, that looks perfect, like if they doesn't have any errors in their beauty. So people would call that person beautiful. Beautiful is an adjective, okay? Beautiful. Well, if we want to tell somebody that looks perfect, that looks pretty, but that person is a man, would we use the word beautiful? No, but we would use the word handsome. Handsome to describe, some men or boys who looks really pretty. That looks beautiful, and we call those people handsome. Well, the opposite of beautiful and handsome are ugly. Those mean the people who doesn't look beautiful, who doesn't look pretty. Yeah, so people would call them ugly. Like, if you have read the story Ugly Duckling before, you would know. Yeah, that. Guys would tell us, okay, that is not a pretty duck. We call it a duckly ugly. So that's it. Next we have is cute. Cute is a word to describe somebody who look kind of like it looks pretty cute. I don't know how to describe this. Yeah, next is mole. They are just kind of like when it is appeared by nature. It's just a natural thing that appears. It will appear in any places in the body, like if up on here or in your back. Maybe some people also have it in their face. Well, that is called mole. It's just kind of like a black dot on your face or on your body. Next is attractive. It's used to describe somebody who can make others look at them. Who can make others maybe kind of like feel them that kind of like pretty cool. Those people that can attract people are called attractive. Okay, next is tattoo. Tattoo is a word that we use to describe some bodies. Tattoo is kind of something that will always stay with yourself. Making a tattoo is kind of like pretty, it's kind of like pretty hurts in that. But when you have make a tattoo, then you can never erase it. Never. Next is young. Those are used to describe people that may be teenagers or really, really new adults. Or maybe between the age, from 20 to 13, there are some kind of adults that are youngs. And the other kids, like teenagers, are also called youngs. Or maybe, those kids, like if kids that are 3, 4, 5, or maybe 2, 1 years old. They're newborn. Well, we will call them young. Those are people that, are not really, really big. Next is middle age. Usually middle-aged people would come between the age 13 to the age 15. Yeah, and old people are middle age is from 13 to 16. Old people are from 16 to, the past of their life. Like if somebody that lives, how like 17 years, or somebody's lived to 18 years, somebody lives to 19 years, they're different. But that's old. Next is pregnant. Usually just women can be pregnant in her life. Well, pregnancy means like if you have a baby in your body. Yeah, your mother once has been pregnant to give birth to you now. Yeah. Next is physically challenged. It is a special things that happens usually would be naturally. Newborn, when you're just a newborn baby, you have been affected by those 3 things. Or sometimes in your daily life, it would starting to affect you. It's starting to appear. Physically challenged means a word that says for somebody who can't do physical work, who can't exercise, who can't walk or run. Yeah, those people physically challenged. Next is hearing impaired, or another usual words that people use is deaf. They used to describe people who can't hear. Those are used for people who can't even hear something. They can't use their ears to feel, to hear what's happening. Yeah, usually those people who are deaf are maybe newborns, but different people can appear in different ways. Next is visually impaired or blind. Blind are people who can't see anything. Did you ever think about what do blind people will see when they are blind like this? Maybe you would think, okay, maybe they looks like the black color. No, that's wrong. Now, just try to, close one of your eyes. Don't close this other eye. Or if you're better than closing the eyes, then don't close the eyes. So just mean that, just close one eyes, okay? Now, what can you see on the eyes that you're closing is what the blind people can see. Just have like they can't see nothing. They can't even see the white color or the black color that you imagined. So, that is what a blind person sees. It really was beautiful. It usually was different from others. Blind people would sometimes have a stick around to help them see, okay? If in front of us is something that can, make us hurt or falls down, then that is what a blind people use to walk. So that is all of the words that we use to describe an appearance of a person. So next time when you go out, choose a usual person that you like and use these words to describe them. See if you can describe them by those words. So see you next time. Have a nice day.